Let's take a look at the chart action for Bitcoin. Okay, so here's what I was looking at. We had a big downtrend like this, and we finally broke that downtrend going to the upside. Once we broke this downtrend going to the upside, I was watching the previous resistance levels. Those two spots right there, these horizontal yellow lines. And I was saying the first target is 44,000, and then the next target is around 50,000, maybe dot one or 50,888 approximately. That's what I'm looking at on my chart anyways. And so we came up, hit that 44,000. It looks like we're getting a little bit of resistance and pulling back now. The thing that I'm also watching is if we jump over the 4-hour time frame, let's go ahead and just delete everything because those are the spots that I was looking at. We don't really need all those lines right now. We have support right here and support right here. This is the trend line that I was kind of watching in the smaller time frame, something like this. We broke this uptrend going to the downside right here. So the next things that I was looking at is maybe doing a Fibonacci retracement from the bottom of the trend to the top of the trend. This gives me some levels to watch. So I was watching the 38, the 50, and possibly the 61%. I'm thinking as long as we're trending down, these are the spots that I am looking at. And since we actually broke this uptrend going to the downside right here, let's go ahead and try to find the downtrend that we're in right now. So let's go ahead and delete this. Let's go to the 1-hour time frame. You can barely see that downtrend on the 4-hour. So let's go to the 1-hour and kind of see what we can come up with. We have resistance, resistance, resistance. So until we break this trend line going to the upside, something like this, then I'm going to be kind of looking at these Fibonacci retracement levels, and also maybe this 4-hour time frame, 180 moving average, something like this. Maybe we can get a bounce on this 180 moving average or these Fibonacci retracement spots. These levels are sitting at around 42,072 is the 38% level, and then the 50% level is sitting around 40,995. The 61 is down here at 39,917. That's what I'm looking at on my chart. So here's another thing that I'm looking at. This is the 4-hour time frame, but let's switch over to the daily time frame. I'm watching this 9 moving average. It's kind of hard to see it. Let's go ahead and delete everything. We have this blue line right here, this 9 moving average, and it does look like it's pushing to the upside right now. It looks like we're getting bounces on it. We broke below it for a little bit, but now we're back above it right here. We got a nice green candle. Now I'm kind of curious if we're going to come down and retest it and get a bounce on it. In general, I do like being above this 9 moving average as opposed to being below it. The next thing, or below it over here, or in general back here when we broke below it and now getting resistance, when we're above it, maybe we could get support on it like we are kind of right now. So the next thing I'm kind of looking at is if we switch over to the weekly time frame, we are testing this weekly 9 moving average. We actually did pop above it, but we were only able to wick above it for now. We still have 5 days and 7 hours. So it's still possible that we have some time to break above this and maybe break above it pretty hardcore, possibly. I don't know. It just depends. I think in general, we could even be sitting here for a week and then maybe next week we get the next move up. But in general, I do like the fact that we are testing this weekly 9 moving average right now. I've been waiting for this. This is going to be another big bull signal in my opinion. The volume does look like it's declining a little bit on the weekly. Let's go ahead and check out the volume on the daily. We had declining volume. We got a nice green candle, and now it looks like we're getting a bigger red candle. So it just depends on what happens to, I don't know, this week, I guess. Hopefully we can break above, well, this week and next week. I'm kind of hoping we can break above this 9 moving average this week, stay above there, maybe close above it, and then next week get another green candle. But in general, I'm glad that we are testing it as opposed to just pushing down and starting to come down and hit these, stay at these levels and or breaking below them. So let's kind of wait and see, though. I guess we still have to wait for us to break through it, but I do think this is a good signal testing it. I think once we break through it, that's going to be another good signal, along with breaking this daily. Now I'm on the daily time frame. We had this downtrend. Once we broke this, I think this was one of our good signals. The next good signal that we're looking for is breaking this weekly 9 moving average right here. Just my opinion. That's what I'm thinking. If you like the video so far, hit that thumbs up. So if we go back to the 4-hour time frame, I'm kind of watching, or even the 1-hour time frame, I guess you can argue, because we have this little downtrend like this. So since it's on the 1-hour time frame, might have to be a little, I don't know, this might just even start to move back up. I'm thinking maybe at least the 38% level, at around 42,081 possibly. And then as long as we're trending down though, I'm looking at these Fibonacci retracement spots. Let's see how far we go down before we get a bounce and break this trend line going back up. In general, I think if we zoom out a little bit, we still have, let's go ahead and delete everything. We still have this bottom right here, and we have this support right here giving us this trend line, something like this. Until we break this other uptrend going to the downside, then I'm thinking that we're pretty good still, pretty much. This was my first target, 44,000. The next target is around 50,100. So let's see, we got a little bit of resistance right here. We're still trending up. Let's see if we can, if this support line will help us break through 44,000, and then maybe the next stop can be 50,000.1 or something, and maybe we'll have to do something similar that we're doing pretty much right now. If you have any questions, check out my Discord. And if you want a more detailed explanation on some of the strategies I might have used in this video, check out this video right here. It's a video about buying and selling. Alright, if you liked the video, hit that thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one.